And when you hear that on a Friday morning, it means it's time for the First Federal Money Program and Mr. Dick Belcher. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Morning.
You having a good Friday?
Absolutely, and this is a little calmer today than it was yesterday morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Did you have an exciting morning yesterday?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit. And a little bit cleaner, too, as you try to drive through town, I noticed.
Well, I'll tell you, just driving around yesterday reminded me a little bit of 1974 after the tornado went through.
Yeah, my wife said the same thing.
Except 74 was much more severe.
Right.
So, hi, Tanner.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Well, this is Memorial Day weekend, and Monday is Memorial Day, and we got the big race on Saturday or Sunday, right?
Yep, big race.
Okay.
Yep.
Fulton County Commissioners pledged $15,000 towards the proposed youth center project. Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, anytime you can get $15,000 out of our commissioners, that's pretty good. So. Okay, we're going to do a little trivia this morning. What year was the first Memorial Day observed? Was it 1854, 1868, or 1920? Okay, Tanner, give us a little bit of sports.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. It's that time of year that local sports, spring sports are starting to wrap up for the year. The Rochester softball team lost to fellow TRC rival Whitco by a score of 12-0. Good season for the softball team, though. They finished towards the top of the TRC standings under first-year head coach David Musselman. So a good year to those ladies. The Rochester baseball team lost last night against Wabash in the sectional 8-4. So next year they'll still be looking for their first sectional win since 2014. But they had a fantastic year. They won the Three Rivers Conference for the first time in many, many years. So congratulations to head coach Corey Good and the whole Rochester baseball staff and team. Like you mentioned, Dick, the Indy 500's this weekend. Pretty big deal around the world, but especially in the state of Indiana. Who's
still the number one crowd, highest crowd on the
I would think
event?
I think it's got to be. It's about
it always has been.
300,000, 350,000. Who's your pick to win, Baron? Do you have a pick?
Guy from Australia. What's his name? Who's the guy that won last year? Yes,
put me on the spot. Yeah, you're putting me on the spot.
Aren't you glad you brought that up?
Yeah. Well, I'm picking Marco Andretti. That's my pick to win.
Well, that'd be a favorite of mine, but I've been saying that about that last name for
a long
50
time.
years now. So.
Yeah, that should be a fun race. I think there is some rain in the forecast, so.
He would be Mario's grandson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, I was down there when Grandpa won. So.
He was close a couple of years ago to win, and he got runner-up.
Yeah.
So. We'll see.
NBC's carrying up first
That's
time.
That's right. Yeah. Forgot about that. That'll be a big deal.
It'll be on WROI, too.
There we go.
Wow. You're with the big boys, huh?
Oh, yeah.
We had a little golf tournament over the weekend. Brooks Koepka won the PGA Championship. That's only his fourth major he's won out of the last 8 majors. No big deal or anything. He's kind of becoming golf's new star, but yet he's not very liked. So, kind of interesting.
They don't like him?
A lot of the fans don't like him. They're actually cheering loudly against him, which you don't see at a golf tournament. But it was in New York. New York fans were kind of ruthless at times.
Oh, you think?
He comes off kind of arrogant at times, kind of cold.
I was going to ask you if it's because he's boring or annoying.
Yeah, just kind of a little arrogant and doesn't say a lot to the media, so people take that the wrong way. But he proves it on the course. He's sure winning a lot. So I had the University of Michigan hired a new head basketball coach. They hired one of their former players of the popular Fab Five team from the early 1990s.
Oh, I remember those guys.
Juwan Howard. He has never been a head coach, but he's been an assistant coach for the Miami Heat for the last 6 years. So
I remember him.
So now Jalen Rose said yesterday on TV. Now all the disagreements and everything the Fab Five had with Michigan, now it's all resolved. Now that they hired one of their own to be the head coach, so we'll see how he does. It'll be interesting. Got a few tidbits here this morning. On this day in 1974, the Dean Martin Show aired for the last time on NBC.
Who's Dean Martin?
Well, I can honestly say I've never watched this show.
Okay.
Oh, so you don't know the words to "Everybody Loves Somebody Sometime"?
I don't.
Oh,
I don't.
you really missed out.
I guess I did. I'll take your word for it. This day in 1989, I have seen this movie. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade premiered.
Ah, yeah.
And now they've made a couple new Indiana Jones who haven't been near as good.
Correct.
And today is National Tiara Day.
Really?
Yep. I forgot mine this morning.
I was going to say.
National Aviation Maintenance Technician Day.
Okay.
National Brothers Day. And National Don't Fry Day, as don't get sunburned. So
Oh, I don't think we have
I
to worry
don't
about
think
that
we have
today.
to worry about that today either. So that's all I got this morning.
Okay, there will be a bicycle giveaway tomorrow with a drawing at noon at Centennial Park. Free sign-ups are available at Midwest Eye Clinic, Fulton County Chamber of Commerce, or Webb's Family Pharmacy. Times Theater Inc. is holding an open house tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Woodlawn Hospital Foundation is still looking for golf tournament players on June 20th. If you're interested in doing that, call Deb Paxton at Woodlawn, and she can fix you up on that. Okay, we need some flowers this morning. First of all, to Rochester Kiwanis Club for donating $5,000 toward the improvement of the Blackadder Memorial Sports Complex. They're getting that about finished, Baron. The $130-some thousand that they're raising. Also, some flowers to all 16 graduates at the Fulton County Leadership Academy. Our own Ken Benzing was one of those graduates. And we need to give flowers also to Mark Kepler, who leads that parade. This is his 13th class. It's very well organized and very well accepted. Okay, in the money world, Dow, it was down more than 200 points yesterday. The futures this morning show it up some, so it's ups and down. But the big news is the interest rates, especially on treasuries, keeps going down. I think yesterday it was 3.33. I'm sorry, 2.33. It has been as high as 3%. So there's no really good answer why that's going down. Papa John's founder, John Shatter, he sold 3.8 million shares of his stock.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do with the loose change. I don't know.
Put an addition on the house.
Yeah, put on a new bathroom. April car sales were the worst since 2014 due to rising costs. The average price of a new vehicle was over $36,000 last month.
Is that tariffs?
Well, I assume so. That has something to do with it for sure, yes. I saw on the news this morning that Tesla produced 700 cars yesterday, that Series 3. Their goal's 1,000 a day. And, they've been struggling, but, that's a lot of cars, 1,000 a day, and it's not to even mention 700.
Yeah.
Well, Boeing, they're back in the news. There's speculation as to when their 737 MAX will be back in the air. Some are saying towards the end of the year, or end of June. We'll see how that flies. You get that flying?
Yeah, I saw what you did there, Dick.
Okay. Come on in and see us today. We're open until 5 o'clock. Tomorrow from 8:30 to noon. We will be closed on Monday in observance of Memorial Day. You can always bank with us online and with our mobile app, which is free to download. Our ATM is open 24/7 as well if you need some cash. We offer many different mortgage products: USDA, FHA, conventional loans, one-step construction loans, premier first-time home buyer loans, and more. Our loan originators, Ben Dalton and John Schaefer here in Rochester, Bill Morrison, our Winnemac office, can provide you with more details on that. We offer simply free checking accounts and simply free business checking accounts when you open a new checking account, and we'll give you a barbecue set.
Ooh, cool.
Free, yeah. We offer commercial lending for businesses. Contact Lindy Breeden for more information about that. We also offer financial services. Contact Mark Blubaugh or Brian Bell today for more information. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and all kinds of other things.
All kinds.
We're borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are a member of FDIC and an equal housing lender, and our NMLS numbers 399927. We are legal now, and now we will go to Terry Moore. Thank you, Terry, for coming in this morning. Terry is director of the outreach program of United Ministries. Tell us a little bit about your organization and what you do, Terry.
United Ministries has two programs, the outreach program and the food pantry. Right now, the outreach program is needing funds desperately. We can give help to people in need with rent payments, with utility payments, but our sources have diminished recently. We are supported by local churches, generous people who know what we do and are willing to help those in need. The office is open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday normally from 9 to 11. However, right now we are closed because we are out of funds.
You're out of money.
Yes.
Okay. You guys out there in the radio land hear that? Send some money into Terry. Who do we make the check out to, and how do we?
You can make it out to United Ministries and send it to P.O. Box 531, Rochester. And we would greatly appreciate that because we don't like being closed. There are many people in need.
Okay, tell me how this works. Somebody that's interested in getting some of these funds when they become available, how do you handle that?
You come into the office and make an application, bring your utility bill with you if that's the need, or help with the house payment. We need something in writing to show that that need is real. It's a simple process. We try to help as many people as we can. We haven't had to close for a long time, but we've just really been hit hard with it.
Okay. Well, thanks for bringing that to our attention. How long have you been involved with this program, Terry?
A long time.
Okay, a long
I'm not sure
time.
how long.
Well, I know several years, and your
Yes.
heart and soul are in it, and you do a lot
Very
of great
much.
things down there.
Thank you. We appreciate all the support that the churches locally contribute. Many people know about what we're doing and have been generous in the past, and we thank those people. We appreciate that support so very much.
Okay, give us one more time how they make out the check and where do they send it?
Make it out to United Ministries and send it to Post Office Box 531, Rochester.
Box
And-
531.
Yes, and designate it for the outreach program. The
Oh.
food pantry is still open, I should mention that.
Okay, tell us about the food pantry.
Don Abbott is actually in charge of the food pantry. It is open in the afternoons, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, from 1 to 2:30. I don't have all the particulars on that because
Okay,
Don
I
is,
assume it functions in somewhat of the same manner
Yes.
that your organization
that's
does.
correct.
They have to show a need and
Right.
identification and so forth.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you for stopping by this morning, Terry. Appreciate it very much. Again, send your check. It's tax deductible to United Ministries, P.O. Box 531. Attention, outreach. Right?
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct. And
All right.
thank you so very much for your support.
You're
and thank you,
welcome.
WROI, for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, we'll get Mr. Gene Manners in here now. He's the commander of the Fulton County VFW. We got Memorial Day coming up Monday, and and VFW always gets really into that. Tell us a little bit about that, Gene. What's the VFW doing this weekend?
Well, this weekend, actually, most of it happened last weekend.
Okay, so let's start with last weekend.
They have we had a memorial service, and we had memorial firings at all the cemeteries in Fulton County.
Okay, that's a 21-gun salute, right?
Well, it's a 3-volley salute.
Okay, 3 volleys. Okay.
That's a misconception of.
Well, if you got 7 guns, that's 21.
Yeah, I know. I say it's, but it's
Okay.
just a 3-volley salute,
All right.
and it's a we go out and do the firing and play taps
At every cemetery?
at every cemetery in Fulton County.
And how many is that?
Well, the American Legion and VFW split it, and the American Legion does everything on the west side of 31, and the VFW does everything on the east side of 31. And between all the cemeteries, there's almost 30.
Okay, that's a big job. Now, you also put flags out, right?
We did, yes. We put them out on every grave that we can distinguish as a veteran. We put flags out every year on that. That's became quite a financial burden because the county doesn't help with it anymore. They used to, but they don't anymore. So you're talking about almost 3,000 flags.
Okay.
There's approximately 3,000 veterans buried in Fulton County.
Are you able to tell us, just out of curiosity, I'm assuming some of these go back to the Civil War.
Yes.
Do you have any kind of a number breakdown on like how many Civil Wars, how many World War I? It just
Sorry, I don't, but there's several of them.
You walk through any cemetery around here, you see a Civil War grave, and it just
Yeah,
blows my mind.
well, the Civil War stones, if they haven't been destroyed by vandalism, they're pretty distinguishable.
Yeah.
And
They're kind of white, and they got that
yeah,
shape to them.
they're limestone. And they've got an arched top on them, and they're really a very symbolic type thing, because that's when Decoration Day is what it was called back when. That's when Decoration Day was actually started. That was to recognize the fallen soldiers of the Civil War. And so, I mean, it's, we even here in Fulton County, we found an unknown, we had no idea, it's an unknown soldier out here east of town, and it's out in the middle of a field, basically. But the owners of the property was kind enough to let us put a monument at the house. He wouldn't let us. He was about 200 feet out in the middle of the field, so he didn't want that out there, and I understand that. But it was so we even fire there, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah, and he was coming home from serving and died along the road, and that's where they buried him.
How did you find this?
Well, the Historic Society out here has some records on a lot of different things, and we found it through them. We had a member of the post that was very active in doing that type of work, and he found it, and so we marked it, as we should.
Well, we're speaking to Gene Manners, who's the commander of the Fulton County VFW. Thank you for coming in today and sharing with us. Tell us a little bit about your background
Well, mine's pretty simple.
You're pretty simple?
Born and raised a farm boy, and down in southern Indiana. And in 1966, during the Vietnam conflict, I joined the Air Force. Spent my 4 years and 3 months in the Air Force, and I went to. I was deployed to Thailand then. I wasn't deployed to Vietnam, but I worked on B-52s and KC-135s, and when I went to Thailand, I was working on the B-52. It was more than interesting. I mean, it was totally. If you've never, people that have never been to those places or
Southeast
anywhere near them,
yeah.
You would really, you just can't believe the difference in the life between what we live here in the United States and what they live. And I mean, it's a struggle for them every day.
Okay, now what brought you up here, and what's your job with the VFW?
I'm the commander at the VFW at the present time. What brought me up here was in 1974, the year I came up here in April, right, just 3 weeks after the tornado went through, and I came up here to go to work at the co-op in Kiwana to manage it, and I was there until 1981, and then I moved to Noble County to manage, be general manager in a co-op over there, and have moved around, but we have kids here, so grandkids. We came back to Rochester.
Big attraction. Okay, now your job with VFW.
Well, it's it's a little bit of everything. You got to be the main job is to take care of the post. We do a lot of community service. That's our main goal. Is everybody thinks it's just a place where you go and bend your elbow, and it's not. Both the American Legion and the VFW, we're generous to the community. We make donations, like to United Ministries, for example. They come to us and looking for donations, so we donate to them. We help veterans throughout the county. We have numerous different programs that we try and help them with. We help them not only money-wise, but we help them if we have veterans stop in every once in a while and they're going through and they ran out of money and they need a tank of gas or something, and so we help them with things like that. It's a rewarding job. Pay isn't real good.
How long after you got out of the service did you come back and start with co-op?
I got out of the service in 1970. I started with co-op in 71.
Okay, so you leave Thailand as a guy working on modern jet warfare planes and come back here to the prairie. This is what military service fascinates me, myself included. You go from one extreme to another.
Yes,
it's
you
like
do.
Very seldom a slow, easy landing on this stuff.
It is. I mean, it is. It's what that is. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
Okay, now you got some events over this weekend. I know that you're doing a ceremony at one of the local churches. Tell us about that.
Yes, the pastor at his name is Luke, and at the Athens church, called us up and asked us if we could come in and present the colors and do a ceremonial salute. So there's a few of the members that are going to go out there and to Athens and go around and they'll present the colors at about 10:30. I think it is. The services start 10:30, and then after the ceremony, they'll go outside and do a ceremonial salute, the 3 volley salute, and play taps. So, which we do. I don't know if most of you know or not. We do. Last weekend, we went to every cemetery in Fulton County and did the ceremonial salute and played taps, and then was back here for the ceremony at the courthouse.
You had a busy day.
It was a busy day.
Busy day. Well, Gene Manners, Commander of the Fulton County VFW, thank you for service that you've provided for our country, and also thank you for the work that you're doing with the VFW and the support back here.
Well, Dick, thank you for your service, and I thank you for the compliment there. Baron?
Okay, our trivia this morning. What year was the first Memorial Day observed? Now, you mentioned early on there that it used to be Decoration Day. When I was a kid and growing up, it was Decoration Day.
Absolutely.
And it was always on the 30th of...
It was the last day of May.
Yeah, 31st, yes. Right. Well, then the Indianapolis 500, or the President of the United States, changed that. So it's the last Monday of May.
Which occurred in, I believe it was in 71 or 2.
I can remember when it happened.
I do too.
School, because it affected school.
Yeah, because the race used to be ran on what we now call Memorial Day, but it was back then was Decoration Day, and I can still remember it being called that.
Yeah.
And it was actually originated on a state by state thing. It wasn't a national holiday, and didn't become a national holiday until later on.
Okay, the choices are 1854, 1868, or 1920 as when the first Memorial Day was. Any guesses?
Do I get an answer?
Yeah.
68.
You're
That's
right.
I would say too. Yeah, it was after Civil War.
And it became a federal holiday in 1971.
Yeah.
So, thank you for stopping by. Thank you, Baron.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tanner. And all.
Welcome.
And thank all who served, and remember the purpose of this holiday on Monday. It is 7:59, 92.1 WROI. On the way is ABC News.